driving down the cost of living and placing the needs of the people first. Join the mission to rescue South Africa. The next broadcast will start shortly. Did you know the best run municipalities in South Africa are all governed by the DA? DA mayors are working hard to protect residents from bad governance and mismanagement by getting the basics right, delivering better services and having zero tolerance for corruption. This is the DA difference. The next broadcast will start shortly. Follow us on social media for the latest in news and politics in South Africa. Like and follow our page on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram and X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything. Be part of the conversation. Tell us what you think in the comment section. And please, like and share our videos with your friends and family. The next broadcast will start shortly. If you care about South Africa and want to make a positive difference, then join the DA. Visit our website at da.org.za for more information. Find out who represents you in your ward and district. Who are the DA mayors working for you in your town or city, and which MPs represent you and your causes in Parliament. On our website, you can learn more about our latest campaigns and how you can get involved. Join the Democratic Alliance to rescue South Africa. Become an activist, become a councillor, become a member of Parliament if you care about South Africa. Please visit donate.da.org.za. Donate to a cause you believe in. Donate to make a difference. Welcome to a broadcast of the Democratic Alliance. Did you know the Democratic Alliance is the stable anchor of the Government of National Unity? DA ministers and DA deputy ministers are getting things done with a special focus on job creation and economic growth, driving down the cost of living and placing the needs of the people first. Join the mission to rescue South Africa. The next broadcast will start shortly. Did you know the best run municipalities in South Africa are all governed by the DA? DA mayors are working hard to protect residents from bad governance and mismanagement by getting the basics right, delivering better services and having zero tolerance for corruption. This is the DA difference. The next broadcast will start shortly. Follow us on social media for the latest in news and politics in South Africa. Like and follow our page on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram and X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything. Be part of the conversation. Tell us what you think in the comment section. And please, like and share our videos with your friends and family. The next broadcast will start shortly. If you care about South Africa and want to make a positive difference, then join the DA. Visit our website at da.org.za for more information. Find out who represents you in your ward and district. Who are the DA mayors working for you in your town or city, and which MPs represent you and your causes in Parliament. On our website, you can learn more about our latest campaigns and how you can get involved. Join the Democratic Alliance to rescue South Africa. Become an activist, become a councillor, become a member of Parliament if you care about South Africa. Please visit donate.da.org.za. Donate to a cause you believe in. Donate to make a difference. Let's rescue South Africa. Join the DA, because the DA gets things done.
I am a mother. I am a father. I'm a daughter. I'm a son. I believe in freedom. Freedom to earn a living, go where I want, love who I want, say what I believe, and pursue my dreams. I am brave. I am a provider. I believe in fairness. A fairness where our achievements are determined by our choices and hard work. I am a leader. I believe in opportunity. A nation where opportunity is plentiful and everyone's rights are protected. I believe in diversity. Every person has a unique perspective and an important role to play in building our nation. We do not judge each other by how we look, but by who we are. We are South Africans working together. We are the Democratic Alliance.
My name is Luyo Lompiti and welcome to the DA's live broadcast right here in Ekurhuleni. As you can see, the mood is crazy. So much fun. The crowd behind me is having a great time. Are you guys having a great time? I mean, it's crazy, right? Now we are here in Ekurhuleni, a city with potential, a city that has truly been broken down by basic service delivery, a government that has not cared about the residents of Ekurhuleni, but a city with so much potential. But today that changes. Today we hear from the DA's mayoral candidate, Khathu Rasilingwane, who will be delivering her pledges for the residents of Ekurhuleni. What a time it is! What a time it is for the residents of Ekurhuleni. We are ready to bring change, a change that is real, that is meaningful, a change that sees the residents of Ekurhuleni, a change that knows that the residents of Ekurhuleni are the ones that deserve the best, that deserve the better service delivery, water in their taps, electricity in their homes, no potholes. That is what we are ready to deliver as a DA. What an amazing day. We will be interviewing a number of DA leaders today, but before you go, I want you to do one thing for me. Go to the DA's social media pages and like and share this broadcast with your family and friends. But don't forget to follow our YouTube page and make sure that you comment in the comment box and let us know what you're thinking. So we'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. Continue enjoying the vibe with us. We'll be back shortly.
Residents of Johannesburg have been plagued by water shortages. The country, of course, has been experiencing water challenges, with some communities not receiving clean drinking water for weeks on end.
On the other hand, while the City of Joburg and Rand Water says there isn't any water, they're losing a lot of water as well.
Experts say as much as 60% of the water that is pumped into Johannesburg water is lost through a failing infrastructure.
Experts say that aging infrastructure as well as lack of maintenance are all a big part of this problem.
Joburg Water doesn't have 64 billion rand needed to replace and refurbish failing infrastructure.
A lot of the lack of funds is due to corrupt activity that has diverted resources away from where they need to be spent into certain officials' pockets.
People are very desperate. They have to buy water to flush toilets.
It's unhygienic. It's not conducive to living standards.
It's a desperate situation, a struggle for a basic need.
It's quite difficult. It's very difficult. It's taking us back to the village.
Welcome back. We are live still here in Ekurhuleni, a very important day where Khathu Rasilingwane is making an important announcement for the residents of Ekurhuleni. But before we get to that, we are joined right now by the DA's Ekurhuleni caucus leader, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Good morning, Loyola. Good morning to our listeners at home. I'm Councillor Brandon Pretorius, the Democratic Alliance caucus leader in the City of Ekurhuleni.
Brandon, what a vibe. How are you feeling today? I mean, you can see everybody's excited. How are you feeling, brother?
Yeah, no, definitely. We fired up, and as our listeners at home as well, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning. I just want to open these pledges up and see what's inside them.
There we go, a kid on Christmas Day. That's how exciting it is. But Brandon, I mean, it's a very important day today. I think there's a significant announcement being made here today. What is the importance of this announcement to the residents of Ekurhuleni?
Yeah, I think it's very important, as it will be a historic day. We need to be reminded that Khathu has been traveling across the city. She's been pointing out the failures. The pledge launch today is going to explain to our residents how we intend on resolving these issues after the elections.
Now, Brendan, we've seen so many news on TV about what's happening in the city of Ekurhuleni. We've seen the looting, the corruption. I mean, it's completely madness what's going on in the city of Ekurhuleni. Can you just briefly tell us what are the challenges that are happening here in this city, in this metro?
Yeah, I think we should perhaps ask ourselves, what challenges are there not? The Madlanga Commission has shown a light on the city of Ekurhuleni. And if we look at our residents, the failing service delivery within the city, it's a shame, Lolo. I mean, ultimately, we are looking at changing our future. We are looking at becoming part of the solution. And that is what this pledge is about. But we can only do it with the buy-in of our residents.
Now, Brandon, can you tell us a bit of what the caucus has been up to in these past couple of months in pushing back against the ANC's corruption, against this coalition of corruption that we've seen in Ekurhuleni?
Yeah, I think it's not only been the past few months, but obviously throughout this term, we've been fighting as an opposition. We have taken reports to the SIU, and in council we ensure that we are prepared. We're keeping them to account. But ultimately, over the last 2 weeks, we would have seen that this current coalition is not able to pass their budget, and it shows the failures of them over the 2 decades that they've been in power.
Now, Brandon, I just want you to think about this, to the families at home who are watching this, the family that is nervous about what the future looks like, the family that's sitting without water, without electricity, the family that is watching what is happening in the Madlanga Commission, watching the corruption and the looting that we've seen. What is your words to them? What is your feeling and your promise that you are saying about what this announcement is going to mean for them?
Yeah, I think ultimately, firstly, let me perhaps then say to our residents at home, the power is in your hands. Ultimately, you need to ensure firstly that you are registered correctly, that you get behind this campaign, that you go out and support Khathu as the mayoral candidate on the 4th of November, so that after the election outcome, we are in power. But I want to say to residents, today's pledge gives us hope. It's going to bring hope to you as the residents at home, you as the viewers, and it's going to tell us exactly how we intend on resolving these issues. And in 5 years from now, we can come back to this moment, and I can promise you, you will say that Khathu delivered, the DA delivered, and the Democratic Alliance is a party that's got a track record, and give us another 5 years after that.
Now, Brandon, you've just said something important about registration. Can you tell the residents the importance of registration, and when is it happening, and what do they need to have on that day?
Okay. Yeah, I think firstly, as I said, it's important to ensure that you are registered correctly. Otherwise, you will not be able to vote. And that should be your first point of march all over the city. On weekends, during the week, we've got our tables set up on our community WhatsApp groups. We communicate. But if not, this coming weekend on the 20th and 21st, the registration weekend, we need to ensure that you go out to your closest voting station and register to vote. Because without that, you cannot be part of the change that is going to take place.
There we go. And don't forget your ID on the 20th and 21st. Brandon Pretorius, thank you so much. Have a good time inside. We'll see you soon. All right. We have many more interviews coming. As you see, the energy is not stopping. We'll see you shortly.
Ratings Africa says the state of South Africa's municipalities, with the exception of the Western Cape, is on the brink of financial collapse.
From the non-maintenance of buildings and potholed roads to being unable to get the most basic of services such as water and electricity. Experts say aging infrastructure and lack of maintenance are a big part of this problem.
The country, of course, has been experiencing water challenges, with some communities not receiving clean drinking water for weeks on end.
Clearly, it shows that the infrastructure was never maintained since the ANC government has taken over.
Tell them, one of them, to live with us for one day and then see if they're going to survive. But we have to survive.
Corruption is a massive problem in South Africa.
Lots of tenders, lots of kickbacks, lots of dodgy deals.
We are now seeing the consequences of corruption.
The increasing cost of living continues to take a toll on South Africans.
And it's going to get even worse.
South Africa ranked as one of the most dangerous countries in the world.
The latest crime stats suggest South Africa is a crime scene.
The unemployment rate is at a record high.
Around 16.9 million people of working age are without jobs as we speak.
The government that South Africans vote for into power to handle service delivery cannot adequately and sustainably manage all these spheres of local government and municipalities.
Why do you think the government is not doing anything when there is so much at stake for this country?
Welcome back. We are still here in Ekurhuleni, as you can see. Crazy. I am joined right now by Kate Guerrero. Kate, I'm even out of breath. We're having so much fun here. But Kate, welcome. How are you feeling? Firstly, let me start with that. How are you feeling?
I am so energized, I can't tell you. The atmosphere around us is out of this world. We have hope. We are ready to win Ekurhuleni, and the people of Ekurhuleni are ready for the DA change.
Now, Kate, you are a councillor in the city of Ekurhuleni, in this metro. You have been on the ground. You've been fighting hard for residents. What does this moment that we are in right now, why is it important? What are we going to hear? What is important about what we're seeing today?
So we have seen the maladministration in Ekurhuleni, from finance problems to bad service delivery. The people of Ekurhuleni are tired of the current administration, and we cannot survive another 5 years of an ANC-led administration. Problems have got worse, and we can see it on the ground, from streetlights not working to power outages for days on end to sitting with no water week after week. Our problems are getting worse and worse. Today I have hope, because this pledge is going to be the ground stones for us to be able to show the people of Ekurhuleni that the DA is the better government, that we can get Ekurhuleni working, that Khathu is the right mayor, and that with us in power, we will be able to change the lives of 4 million residents.
Now, Kate, it's so important what you said. 4 million residents are counting on a better government, a government that will see them, a government that will fight for them. Tell us, in terms of the caucus, the fight for you guys has been long. You guys have been on the ground fighting for residents. How has that looked like?
So I think we've seen with the Matlanga Commission how the city has totally collapsed. We are 65 councillors in Ekurhuleni for the DA, and we sit and we fight day after day for our residents. But unfortunately, we are at the mercy of the Doomsday Coalition. And we have seen how this administration has not been interested in the people of Ekurhuleni. They've been interested in themselves. They've been interested in self-enrichment. And it's up to us, as the people of Ekurhuleni, to say enough is enough.
Now, Kate, I want us to speak a little bit more about what's happening here today. For people watching at home, what is happening here? What is this importance of this announcement?
So today's pledge, which will be delivered by the DA's mayoral candidate, Khathu Rasilingwane, will outline key points that the DA is going to be delivering services to the people of Ekurhuleni. Clean governance, holding people accountable, ensuring that our finances are management, service delivery on the ground, things like water, energy, roads, infrastructure in terms of our parks and cemeteries. These are the type of key points points that Khathu will be outlining, where she will be delivering her speech today, expressing how we will be fixing Ekurhuleni.
Now, I want to ask you, Kate, for the families sitting at home, worried, concerned about the future of Ekurhuleni. What do you have to say to those families?
My message to the 4 million residents is there is hope. There is hope with the DA, and I need your help. On the 4th of November, you will have the option as to who you're going to vote for. And I urge you to consider a DA government in Ekurhuleni. Remember that on the 20th and the 21st of June is our registration weekend. And we have hundreds and hundreds of unregistered residents. Please take the time, go to your local voting station, register to vote, because I need your help. For me to need your help, it means that I will be able to give the help back to you once I am in power on the 4th of November. So I'm pleading with every single resident. We cannot survive another 5 years of a doomsday coalition.
Thank you so much. Councillor Kate Guerrero joining us. And if you're watching this, don't forget the 20th and 21st is your chance to register to vote. Visit your local voting district, VD, and make sure you are registered to vote. We'll be back shortly.
Those municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. What is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing?
South Africa was named Best Country, while its iconic city of Cape Town claimed the prestigious title of Best City in the World.
The city says it's determined to invest in critical infrastructure to improve the lives of residents.
The city will spend more on infrastructure in the next few years than Johannesburg and Durban combined.
More than 8 billion rand will go to new or upgraded infrastructure in poorer communities.
Most of our local municipalities are in tatters. They are heavily indebted and badly run. Midvaal, local municipality in the Vaal, has been one of a very few exceptions in the country.
The Midvaal municipality is working on ditching power utility Eskom and replacing it with a private company instead.
The municipality of Midvaal has been ranked first in clean audits and satisfactory service delivery for years running. It has consistently outperformed most of the municipalities in the province and indeed municipalities around the country.
The South African Local Government Association in KwaZulu-Natal has commended Umgeni municipality for what it said is effective use of the municipal infrastructure grant. In 6 months, it managed to spend the 24 million rands allocation on various projects such as roads, storm water, and finishing all the projects that had been poorly managed before.
The Kocha municipality is fighting crime with the creation of a high-tech intelligence center that helps monitor CCTV cameras and license plate recognition.
The Kocha municipality has also taken further steps to ensure public safety by launching an app for residents. In case of emergencies, the app directly links the user to the monitoring center.
It is a privilege to announce that George Municipality has achieved its 4th consecutive clean audit from the Auditor General of South Africa. This is a significant milestone that reflects our ongoing commitment to clean, transparent and accountable governance.
The West Coast District Municipality has officially been named South Africa's best run municipality for 2025. 2 of its local municipalities, Saldanha and Swartland, were tied for first place as the top performing local municipalities in the country.
These are the issues you're going to be considering as you go to the polls. Who is the party that can help us achieve better service delivery where I live?
The Western Cape government is currently pushing ahead to mitigate power cuts. The province has installed numerous solar panels to harness green energy. And Saldanha Bay, Stellenbosch, George, as well as the city of Cape Town are already using independent power producers to reduce reliance on Eskom.
To enable further job-creating economic growth, officials are investing 43 billion rand in infrastructure over 3 years.
7 out of 10 young people in the country are unemployed, but in the Western Cape, 8 out of 10 people have jobs.
Sometimes I look at the numbers and I almost have to pinch myself. It's unbelievable. 64.9% of all jobs in South Africa in the last 5 years out of one province.
Some of the biggest global companies are expanding its operations in the Western Cape.
The Democratic Alliance in KwaZulu-Natal is now aiming to grow the party and take on the ANC head-on.
They actually outlined their plans for the province in terms of service delivery as well as governance.
The common denominator in KwaZulu-Natal is quite simply building a capable and ethical state.
Since I've taken office, we've cut our debt from 800 million to 300 million. We've done a full audit of all the properties, found over 500 properties the department didn't even know it owned. We've put in place a rapid response team that now responds within 24 hours to problems, no longer the 30 days that previously was the record of the department. So things are happening in the province of KwaZulu-Natal.
Well, we are back. Thank you for joining us. We're back live in Ekurhuleni for the DA live broadcast. Right now, I'm standing with Councillor Sinatemba. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. By the way,
I'm Councillor Sinatemba. I'm a councillor in Ekurhuleni. I'm happy. The atmosphere is electric. We are enjoying ourselves. Thank you.
Because it's services azikho. What's going on? Tell us about what's happening here in Ekurhuleni.
We have seen during Madanga Commission that the city has been hollowed out. It's been eaten from inside. Now the services is not going to the people.
Now, when we look at what's happening on TV, we see the corruption, we see the looting, we look at the Madanga Commission, and we know that our people are not happy. The people and the residents of Ekurhuleni are not happy. But the councillors in the city of Ekurhuleni have been fighting very hard.
Yes, it's true. We as the DA caucus have been fighting very hard. It's just that we do not have the majority to change things. That is why we depend on the voters to go and register and vote Khathu as mayoral candidate.
Now, if we want the residents to vote and register, what do they have to do? What do they need to know to do that, to make sure that they can vote for a new government, a government that will center them and put them first?
They have to go and register on the 21st of June, as well as in August. We can only win the metro if people are registered. We need to win the metro outright so that we can bring in the DA difference of service delivery, cutting the fat, and fighting crime.
Before ndugiyeka ulutsha bahlele kasi bajonge lento le sithini kubo asithetha nabo.
Sithi ulutsha sanulahla ithemba iDA ikhona lithuba eli for ubhalisa sibhalisa ngobuningi bethu siyovota, because that is the only way we're going to get service delivery and cutting the fat and removing the ANC.
And one more question before I let you go. The residents at home who are worried about the future of the city, just one message from you that they need to hear.
To the residents, all is not lost. This is our last chance to vote. This is our last chance to register. All is not lost. The DA have put down a candidate that is capable, the candidate that have experience, the candidate that will not loot your money, the candidate that will bring water to you, fix potholes, and fix the electricity infrastructure. Thank you.
And there you have it. Do not forget, 20th, 21st is your opportunity to register to vote and save Ekurhuleni and put a government that will put the residents of Ekurhuleni first. We'll be back.
We are launching our first ever election campaign poster for November 2026 local government elections.
There's nothing as disappointing as you wanting to make a change or waking up and saying, I want to make a change, but only to find out that you are not registered or you are registered in the wrong place.
Because if you're not registered, you can't vote, and you can only vote at the voting station where you are registered.
Even if you don't know who to vote for yet, buy yourself the option by registering to vote. Decide to be part of the group that decides what the future of our city should be.
But today we stand here excited and full of hope because we have an opportunity where we can register and ensure that we vote for a government that will get our city working for its people.
The choice is going to be very, very clear. You're going to have some of the same, where you have a failed government in place, or you're going to put a new government in place led by the Democratic Alliance. And we are asking you to come out in your numbers and register to vote for the Democratic Alliance on the 4th of November.
So make sure that you are registered by going to check.da.org.za. Registration weekend is coming up on the 20th and the 21st of June, but you don't have to wait for that. You can register right now in the comfort of your own home. Remember, go to check.da.org.za
and come and vote for a new government on the 4th of November. Kyk wat doen 'n blyse.
Well, guys, we've had such a great time here outside, but we are going to go inside now to hear what this announcement is. We are all excited. We are looking forward to hear what Khathu Rasilingwane wants to say as the DA's mayoral candidate here in Ekurhuleni. We are still live.
Let's go. Hekulento esiyenzayo. Hekulento esiyenzayo. Hekulento esiyenzayo. Asambe waza. Hekulento esiyenzayo. Hekulento esiyenzayo. Shayizandla. Kulento esiyenzayo. Shayizandla ma. Waza. Isa. Hekulento esiyenzayo. Hekulento esiyenzayo.
Come on now.
Hekulento esiyenzayo.
Sinaluvalo. Kulento esiyenzayo.
Awuvalo. Dololo. Awuvalo. You sound so beautiful. You sound so beautiful. I need to speak to regional chairperson and the provincial chairperson and to do a song with all of you in the Ekurhuleni. You sound so beautiful. Ayeye Ekurhuleni, ayeye.
Ayeye.
Pata katutato pata.
Pata.
Watinta bafazi.
Wasinti mbogoto.
Watinti mbogoto.
Wasinta bafazi.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's that time of myself to go and catch my breath a little bit and come back later. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome the regional chairperson, Ruan Robsi.
Good morning, Democrats. Good morning, residents of Ekurhuleni. When we launched this campaign in March, I said it is not about a campaign. It is about launching a commitment. A commitment to every resident who wakes up early morning wanting a city that works again. A city with functioning infrastructure, safer communities, a responsible government, and real opportunities. That is why our message is simple, it is direct, and it is urgent. Get Ekurhuleni working for all. And when we speak about getting Ekurhuleni working, we are not speaking in slogans alone. We are speaking about organization, activism, and delivery on the ground. Today, we get a commitment from our mayoral candidate to do just that. Past mayors have made many commitments and have not been able to deliver on any of those. Let me take you down memory lane. We were promised a university, yet the kids that was promised to have long since graduated in other cities. We were told that Ekurhuleni would become an airport city that rivals Dubai. The only thing we rival is Gupta-style corruption. We were told that Ekurhuleni would get its very own botanical gardens. What we did not realize was they were going to turn our sidewalks into a plant-filled hellscape. We were told that Ekurhuleni would get a zoo, and yet they failed to even fund the SPCA properly. We were told that we would get an F1 racetrack. They cannot even keep the traffic lights on. We were told that we would get Disneyland. Yet that Pinocchio has long since gone to Parliament.
These pledges and promises have been completely detached and have become more absurd over time. What will our next promise be? Jurassic Park? Or perhaps the Brakpan School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? But that brings me to why we are here today. Because we have a grounded mayoral candidate whom I have had the privilege of working with for the last 10 years. Khathu will speak to residents what they really want, an Ekurhuleni that works for all. Lights that are on, reliable water, bylaws that are enforced, a city that can actually pay its bills, things that affect our daily existence, not some nice-to-haves. Khathu's message is already resonating with residents who are tired of decline and ready for a government that is working for residents again. But this campaign cannot belong only to politicians and activists. It must belong to every resident who wants to see a different working Ekurhuleni. Because getting Ekurhuleni working is ultimately about restoring dignity, restoring pride, and restoring hope. So today we launch this pledge. Let us commit ourselves to working towards these goals. And let us build an Ekurhuleni that works for everyone again. I thank you, Democrats.
Halala Ruan, halala. Viva Ruan, viva. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Can I please ask you to rise? We are about to sing a national anthem. All the men, please take off your hats. We are doing a national anthem. Viva Ekurhuleni, viva! Viva Khathu, viva! Watinta bafazi! Watinti mogoto! Pasopa. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce the provincial chairperson, Fredne! City!
Good morning, Ekurhuleni. How are you doing? So on Saturday, I visited Mogale. Now in that region, in the West, they say the West is best. Okay, so I had a challenge for them to make noise. To make noise so that Joburg could hear them. Yesterday, and they did very good. They did very good. They were loud. They were very loud. Yesterday in Tshwane, I gave them the same challenge. And I said to them, make noise so that Ekurhuleni can hear you. But they did well. They did well. They were a slightly smaller crowd. It's my hometown, so I must be a bit biased. But today, I want to let loose the beast in the east. Okay, so all your voices warmed up. Okay, let's go. Let's try this. Okay, let's go. Viva die Ekurhuleni, viva!
Viva!
Not bad, not bad. Let's try it again. See if you can top that. Viva die Ekurhuleni, viva! Viva! Awesome, awesome. And I'm sure the whole of Ekurhuleni heard that roar. The whole of Ekurhuleni, Emfuleni, Lesedi, Tshwane, Joburg, they all heard that roar. But it is important that the voters in Ekurhuleni heard that roar as well. It is important that the ANC and all these other parties that's with them, you know, the yellow, green, red, they look like kots when they're together, right? They must hear this roar. Because no party in Ekurhuleni will roar louder than the blue party. And we do it for a reason. We do it for a reason. And that reason is we need to get Ekurhuleni working again for all its residents. I don't have to tell you the problems in Ekurhuleni, you know it. Because when you leave your house, you see the pothole. When you leave your house, you see the tall grass. When you leave your house, you see no street lights. When you leave your house, there are no traffic lights. You know, it's an adventure driving in Gauteng nowadays in ANC municipalities. Because you don't know if there used to be a stop sign or a traffic light or anything, so you just like, tata my chance, you know. It's like, I'm alive, let's see. Let's see if everybody else will stop. I'm going to go, right? We can't live like that. We can't live like that. And the reason it is like that is because the ANC chowed all the money. That's why it is that way. The ANC is like a cancer. They don't kill you immediately, they kill you slowly. And for more than 25 years, they've been killing Ekurhuleni slowly, day by day, by day, by day. But there's a cure. There's a cure for this yellow cancer. It's called the blue cure. The blue cure. Do you know what that is? Let me hear you. There we go. And that's why it's important that this entire municipality hears this blue roar and see this blue wave in their community every single day. Because we are the only party that can bring hope. But you know, it's not just about hope. It's also about making this municipality working again. Because when the DA comes in, we will stop the chowing by the comrades and the cadres. So that money can go back to you where it belongs. Because it's your money that they're eating. It's not government's money. There's no such thing as government's money. It's the people's money. And when they chow those millions in corruption, they're chowing your money. That VAT when you paid when you went to the supermarket to buy food for your family. That is the money that they are chowing. When you pay your rates and your rent, that's the money that they're chowing. And we will stop that. And today, Khathu will unpack her pledges to tell the people of Ekurhuleni why the blue roar is so loud. She will tell you today, to the entire Ekurhuleni, what they can expect when the blue machine gets into government in this municipality. We know it's not going to be overnight success for us because the ANC had 25 years to screw it all up. But we will stop the stealing and we will start the delivering. And that is what the blue machine is going to do. So to all the activists in this room, my challenge to you, I want to see you out in the communities every single day. I want you to go take this message that to cure the ANC cancer, we need the blue cure. I want you to tell it to your neighbors first, and then your neighbors' neighbors, and then the neighbors across the street, then everybody in your church, everybody in your society. I want you to tell everybody every day about the blue cure. Not one day must go by between now and November that we don't speak to a voter and tell them about the DA. Are you ready to do it? Do you accept my challenge? Viva DA Ekurhuleni, viva!
Viva!
Viva DA Ekurhuleni, viva!
Viva!
Let's do this!
It's a long time. We end up making this so that this water can pass through.
Don't sit down. We are singing today. We have lots of songs. You've forgotten about this one. Yeah? Okay? A little bit. Tuba, tuba, yeah. Asa! Asa! Tuba, tuba, yeah. What's that, yeah? Tuba, tuba, yeah. Tuba, yeah. Tuba, tuba, yeah. Asa, the one. What's that? Johnny, tell her tuba. Tuba, tell her tuba. Johnny, tell her tuba. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege and a pleasure to introduce the leader of the Democratic Alliance, federal leader of the DA, Gideon Hill-Louis.
Good morning. Avusheni. Goeiemôre molweni. It is awesome to be here in Ekurhuleni. Wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much for coming. It is my pleasure and privilege to be here today for this very special event to launch our campaign pledges for how we are going to make Ekurhuleni work for everyone. You know, Ekurhuleni is supposed to be the heartland, the heartbeat of South Africa's industrial economy. It's supposed to be a place that is full of jobs, full of work for everyone, where everyone feels a sense of opportunity, a sense of hope. But it isn't like that. It isn't like that anymore, but it can be again. It is a huge honor to support a woman of great courage, a woman of great conviction, a woman of deep love for this city. You know who I'm talking about. What is her name? We love Khathu. We love Khathu. My friends, today is not a launch just of our campaign pledges. It is a promise. It's a promise to the residents of Ekurhuleni. A promise that residents do not have to accept the endemic rot and the stink of corruption that has ruined this city. We can all smell it. You know, we thought as South Africans that we could not be shocked anymore. We thought that nothing could shock us. We've seen it all. But here in Ekurhuleni, every day we see new stories, new scandals, new corruption that even shocks us as South Africans. Every single thing in this city is corrupted. Everything. And when I mean everything, I mean every contract, all the roads, all the water, all the electricity. It is all corrupted. You see, in South Africa, we thought maybe that state capture was over. But when we look at Ekurhuleni, we know the truth. State capture was never finished. It just moved to Ekurhuleni. We see it here every day. And when we see those stories, you know what they call this kind of state? They call it a gangster state, where everything is dished out to tender cronies. And when you don't do what they want, they threaten you with violence and even murder. You have these disgusting examples where city managers are flying overseas on a private jet to go on a shopping trip in Paris. And it is a corrupt tender crony who is paying for that. But you know who's really paying for that? We are paying for that. The residents of Ekurhuleni are paying for that. And they will stop at nothing to protect their corruption. They will even use murder to protect their corruption. Now, what residents see, they don't see all of that corruption happening, but they see the symptoms of that corruption on the ground. Because when everything is corrupt from the top down, what the residents see is broken roads, water systems that don't work, substations that blow up, broken electricity connections and networks, broken finances, and broken trust. That is what the residents see. Now, when things are this bad in a city that has become a gangster state, you need some strong medicine to fix it. You need a leader who is going to be absolutely strong and firm in her commitment to restoring honesty. Because the problem in government in South Africa today, so much of our government, there is no honesty, there is no ethics, there is no integrity. People have forgotten about you, the residents, and they think only about themselves. How can I get as much as possible out of this instead of what can I do for the public and how can I serve the public? So we need someone who is going to put that honesty and pour that ethics and pour that integrity back into the job of mayor. We need someone who is going to be relentless in standing up for you, who will stop at nothing to build an honest, ethical city again. And you know what? I've got someone in mind. Do you know who we're talking about? What's her name? Do we love Khathu? Khathu, she is the person who's going to do this. She's the mayor who is going to pull Ekurhuleni right. And it's not going to be just her. It's going to be this DA team that does it. All of our councillors, all of our activists, all of our members, all of our MPs in Ekurhuleni, we are going to pull together. We are going to support Khathu, and we are going to get behind making Ekurhuleni work for all. Let me tell you, there's lots of exciting campaigns happening around South Africa. Lots of exciting ones. We see, I think Johannesburg is that way, is it right? We see Gogo Helen that way. Yebo. We see Gogo Helen campaigning that way. We see Celia campaigning that way. We see all the exciting campaigns happening. I must just say, because I see him in the audience, we see people coming back to the DA, like our friend and our colleague, Liam Jacobs. Come on, stand up, brother. Look at that. Let's welcome him. Let's welcome him. And he's got the coolest shirt in the room. But let me tell you, of all those exciting campaigns, let me tell you a secret. I am most excited about Ekurhuleni. Because nowhere is more desperate for change. Nowhere is more desperate for the DA difference than right here in this city. Now let me say something about the change we can bring. When we get Ekurhuleni working for everyone, then we will get people into work as well. We will get families into work. We will get businesses back to Ekurhuleni. We will get communities working again. And then we can help get South Africa working for everyone. That is the DA promise to the city and to the country. When we get our cities and our towns working, we can get our country working for everyone. You see, across our country, too many people, too many young people have given up hope. They look at unemployment and they look particularly at crime. They look how they cannot feel safe in their own homes. They look at this filthy corruption happening. They look at load shedding and failing electricity. And they ask themselves, will things ever change? Will they ever get better? Let us be the party that answers loudly and clearly, yes. Yes, it can change. Yes, it will get better. And it will change because of us. Let us give them that answer across our country. They can change right here in Ekurhuleni and everywhere else. Wherever the DA governs, from where I come from in Cape Town in the Western Cape, to here in Midvaal, to where I was yesterday in KwaZulu-Natal, close to Umgeni where the DA governs, we have shown that where the DA governs, things start to work. Things are clean. Corruption is gone. Yes, corruption is gone where the DA governs. You know, people are surprised by this. It is not true that your money has to be stolen in South Africa. But people in our country have started to believe that this is true. It is not true. Let's show them that a different future is possible. A more inclusive, more honest future. Let's show them that public money, here's an amazing idea. Public money can be spent on the public. Wow. Isn't that a good idea? But the ANC will never learn that. We will do it. Where we govern, we've shown that services can get better, investment can grow, infrastructure can be fixed, and more people can get into jobs. We are honest about problems. You know, things are so broken in this province, they are going to take a long time to fix. But we can either say, hey, you know what is too difficult? Come talk to us again in a few years. Or we can say, we're going to pull up our sleeves and we're going to start fixing them today. Are we going to fix them? And who's going to fix them in Ekurhuleni? What's her name? And do we love Khathu? Khathu knows this city. Khathu knows its people. She knows what it means to be forgotten by government. She knows what it means for a family to wait for services that are never going to come. She knows that dignity is not just a word. It means something to people on the ground. Dignity means that you have a tap that works. It means that your street is safer, that your young child can walk in their street, in their community, without feeling fear. It means a road that doesn't have potholes. It means a municipality that answers when you try to call them. Tell me, I don't live here, so I don't know. Does anyone answer when you call Ekurhuleni? No one answers. But I'll tell you who is going to answer. What's her name? She's going to answer. So that is what it's about, and that is why this campaign matters. It's about that young person in Tembisa, or Katlehong, or Benoni, or Boksburg, or Kempton Park, or Germiston, or Edenvale, or everywhere else in this metro. They want a job. They want a future. They want a city that works. They don't want more excuses and more corruption. And it is about every resident in every corner of this metro who says, I love my city. I want it to be better. We are not going to give up on Ekurhuleni. We are going to fight for Ekurhuleni. And let me say to each one of those residents, many millions of them, we stand with you. We are on your side. We know that Ekurhuleni deserves better, and we want to fight for Ekurhuleni's future. South Africa faces a choice between two visions. On one side is the failed version of the ANC, the EFF, MK. More state control, more corruption, more gangster state, more cadre deployment, more reckless spending, hostility to business, and empty promises. We know that that vision has been tested in our country. What has it given us? Corruption, the gangster state, unemployment, failure. On the other side is our vision, the things that all of us as the Blue family stand for: a growing economy, honest government, safer communities, quality services, infrastructure that works, and a state that helps people to build a better future for all. That is our vision. And we have shown wherever we get the chance that we can implement that vision and that life gets better for everyone where we do. We believe that government can attract businesses. We believe that investment into Ekurhuleni can be welcomed. We believe that small businesses can be supported, not chased away or shut down or strangled. And we believe that wherever we find corruption, you know, like you find a weed in the street or on the pavement, there's only one thing that you can do. You must grip it and rip it out. That is what we will do with corruption in Ekurhuleni. We will rip it out like a weed in the ground. We believe that public money belongs to you, the public, not to connected cadres. And that is why so many more people are uniting behind the DA. You know, we achieved something amazing in the last few weeks. This is an amazing moment in our party. We are now the only party in South Africa, that has won a 100% black ward, a 100% white ward, a 100% colored ward, and a 100% Indian ward. There is not any, yes. There is not a single other party in South Africa that can say that. That tells us, without doubt, that we belong to the most diverse party in South Africa. We are for all the people. When we say that we are for all the people, it is not just a slogan. We are proving it out there. And all the people are uniting behind the DA. It tells us that South Africans are tired of being divided. They want someone to bring us together. Passionate people who love that flag, who love our country, who want it to succeed, who want the city to succeed. They are all coming together. It tells us that voters are asking, who can fix my community? And the answer, do we know the answer? What's the answer? Khathu can fix it, and the DA will fix it. Just 2 weeks ago, we made history in a place called Emfuleni, just to the south of here, in a place called Everton, a community called Everton in Emfuleni municipality. We made history. In the ward that the ANC once thought it would own forever. Remember, someone in the ANC once told us they will govern until Jesus comes. Well, Jesus came to Emfuleni because there where they thought the ANC would own it forever, voters chose the DA. Voters chose a councillor called Maki Shabalala. On the first day after she was elected, she was out in the community cleaning up, serving, helping, being the visible change. They chose a government and a party that works for everyone. And let me tell you, my friends, what happened in Emfuleni can happen here too. It can happen here too. For too long, the forces of corruption, the forces of evil have thought that they own Ekurhuleni, but they do not own Ekurhuleni. But now, it will not happen by accident. It will only happen if we make it happen. We got to get out there and we got to register voters. Our first registration weekend is in 2 weekends' time. And then we got to get people out to vote for the DA. It will happen because we speak to our friends, and our friends speak to their friends, and their friends speak to their families, because we spread the word in our churches and our mosques and our temples. We speak to our colleagues at work. We speak to people on the bus, on the taxi in the morning. We spread the word. So I'm asking you today, let's go out there and make sure that everyone in Ekurhuleni who wants to support the DA, that they are registered to vote. Let's make sure our family is registered. And you know, already in this campaign, I've had a moment that I will never forget. Khathu and I, and some others, maybe some of you were with us, we were walking in a street and we met two people within 5 minutes of each other. One was a young lady that they call Amma 2000, born, just the other day. And the other one was a senior citizen, an elderly man. But you know what? Both of them had never yet voted in their life. And both of them came up to us and said, we want to vote for the DA. We want to use our first vote ever to vote for the DA. That's what's happening. And Khathu and I had the privilege of taking out our phones. The old man had to go inside to fetch his ID. The young lady had her ID with her, and we registered them to vote for the first time. And in November, we are 2 votes closer to victory in Ekurhuleni. That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it. Door by door, voter by voter, one by one. So I want to say to you, I want to speak to the people out there in Ekurhuleni. I know that in the past you may have voted for someone else. In the past you may have voted for the ANC, even the EFF. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you were before. In the DA, we put our arms out open wide and we say we are in the business of fixing our country for everyone. You are welcome. You are welcome. So I'm going to ask us all, let's put our arms out open wide. Everyone in this hall, because they're watching us on TV and online. Put our arms open wide. We are open to everyone. Give us the chance to fix Ekurhuleni. We will not disappoint you. Come in. Come in to the DA. Come in. Kom binne. Kom binne. Yizapa. Aha. Yizapa. Aha. That is the difference that we can make. And we are going to make it with an amazing lady. And it is now my privilege to introduce that lady. I think we know her name. Do we know her name?
Yes!
She is the lady that is going to grip the weed of corruption and rip it out of Ekurhuleni.
Yay!
She is the lady who's going to pour honesty and integrity back into Ekurhuleni.
Aha!
She is going to chase the scallums and the corrupt and the cronies and the cadres out of Ekurhuleni.
Yes.
She is going to make Ekurhuleni work for all. And she's going to do it with our help, with our team, with the whole DA Blue family. So ladies and gentlemen, it gives me huge honor and privilege. And I invite you all to stand with me to welcome the next mayor of Ekurhuleni, Khathu Rasilingwane.
Before you sit down, as my generation, the generation that will change the status quo in Ekurhuleni would say, Iyo, 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 Iyo. Sanbonani, Ndimacheloni, Abusheni, Kuye more, Likai. Ndimacheloni kabadzulapo bote ba Ekurhuleni. Vadzulapo bote ba Afrika Chipembe. Vadzulapo bote ba Dorobola, a place of peace. Democrats, thank you so much for this beautiful welcome. And I really just want to start off by saying, before we speak about politics, before we speak about elections, before we speak about government, we must remind ourselves who we are. Ours is not a city that is built by politicians. It was built by workers. It was built by entrepreneurs. It was built by our mothers, our fathers. It was built by nurses, factory workers. It was built by small business owners in this beautiful province. It was built by artisans. I speak about factory owners. I believe that they build it for a tomorrow that each one of us can be proud of. This is the city that powers South Africa's economy. Ekurhuleni is the city that welcomes the world through our African busiest airport, OR Tambo. This is the city that accommodates baagi ba Tembisa, baagi ba Foslorasi, batho ba Katlehong, baduli ba Davidton. I speak about the resident of Benoni, Boksburg, Springs, Germiston, Alberton, Capton Park. Navenda bandiko chimbila na wong on Saturday at the park run at Bedford View. But above all else, fellow Democrats, this is a city of resilient people. People who are kept going when government stopped working. People who carried the city on their backs while those entrusted to lead abandoned their responsibility. And that is the responsibility to lead us and ensure that we have service delivery. The people of Ekurhuleni have kept their promises to this city. It is now time for government to keep its promises to the people. Because if we are honest, we are with ourselves, Ekurhuleni stands at crossroad. We are a city that is blessed by a lot of opportunities. I mean, the city of Ekurhuleni is a city that is strategically positioned to be the economic engine of South Africa. We are a city with infrastructure, the talent, and the potential to lead this nation. Yet despite all these advantages, too many of our people stand forgotten within our communities. Government has failed them. And this is all while politicians continuously get rich. While communities waited for service delivery, corrupt politicians in Ekurhuleni are flourishing. While our family struggles, billions disappears in the city of Ekurhuleni. You would remember about the more than 2 billion that was siphoned through corruption and irregular dealings that was meant for service delivery for the people. You would remember of the most recent trip, 3 days trip to London that cost our city 3.3 million from an individual that didn't even earn it per annum. But when all this is happening, the message have always been clear. There was never in the city of Ekurhuleni a money problem. There was always a corruption and leadership problem. And I need to say, corruption is not about people. Because every rand that gets stolen, it is a victim. Every rand that is stolen, it is a road in Capton Park that is not repaired. When every rand is stolen, it is the water pipe in Tembisa that is left leaking. When every rand is stolen, it is the housing project called Tembisa, called Clayville Extension 45. It is the housing project. It is the housing project behind Tembisa Hospital View. It is the housing project in Foslorus that is left abandoned. Every stolen rand is a human face. It is Gogo from Tembisa that have waited since 1996 for an RDP opportunity. And fellow Democrats, every morning when I open my inbox, every morning when I open my Facebook inbox, I am reminded because of the stories that these people write to me. Every morning I am reminded that this is not just a story, it is a true reflection of what failed leadership feels like to the people that it affects. This is not just reports. This is not just statistics, but these are stories of people that we engage with. These are messages from residents that are begging for help, for service that they pay for. The messages from our people will no longer believe that this government can take them forward. I think about the resident of Bedford View. As I indicated, I took a run with them in the past Saturday, and they told me that for 12 days, they did not have water. 12 days they stayed without water. And today, as I stand here, they still do not have water. I think about the families in Tembisa, the families I've spoken to in Vosloorus, the families I've engaged with in Deviton, the families who've waited for years and those that have waited for decades just to have a dignity at home. These are people that have waited for promises that are made every election after another since 1994. Waiting while political connected individuals seem to move ahead even before them. I think about the resident of Rige Park, families who worry about unstable staircase every day. Imagine fearing that the very same structure that is meant to house you, that is meant to provide you a shelter, could collapse you beneath your feet. No family should live with that fear. I think about the resident of Actonville that send me text every day complaining about the status quo of their flats in Actonville. Residents that are living in buildings that have effectively been abandoned for the longest of time. These are buildings that should provide dignity to people. These are buildings that should provide safety to the community. These are buildings that should provide hope. These are buildings that should be a symbol of hope and freedom that was hard-won into their community, but it's a symbol of neglect currently. Fellow Democrats, I cannot speak about the issues of Ekurhuleni and not touch about the issues of crime. The deepest wound that we experience in our city. Across Ekurhuleni, every night there are dinner tables that stands empty because their loved ones have been killed. There are parents who have buried their loved ones. There are children who buried their mothers and fathers. Families' lives were shattered because criminals in this city were allowed to become stronger while government became weak. Every victim, every life that was lost had a name, they had a dream, they had people that loved them, but their life was taken short because of the crime that had been allowed in the city. I am reminded about a life of Mpoma Fole, a man that dared to just do what is right, but he was silenced for daring to speak. And that talks to the leadership crisis that we have in the city of Ekurhuleni. What we have is a leadership crisis in the city of Ekurhuleni, because every unkept bush is an opportunity for criminals to hide so that they can target you. Every neglected cemetery across our communities, it is a paradise to do drugs and give them to our children. Every closed library, every broken playground, it is an opportunity for criminals to thrive while we suffer in our city. These are things that have been allowed in our city because of the leadership crisis that we have. Fellow Democrats, we can get the city of Ekurhuleni working. Fellow Democrats, we can change our status quo. It is the responsibility of government to ensure that they provide safer environment for their community. And they are all things which have been forgotten by the current ANC-EFF-led government that is led by Tagaza in Ekurhuleni. A government that cannot keep its people safe has failed the most basics of the service delivery that they meant to provide. Because, fellow Democrats, water outages, crime, corruption, broken infrastructure, these are not separate problems. They are symbols or symptoms of a disease, of a failed leadership that we've experienced in this city. And this is a city, by the way, that is called Ekurhuleni, the place of peace, as it's translated in Xitsonga. We have leaders who, as we all read the Sunday Times this weekend, allegedly are taking kickbacks from tenders worth of millions to just go shops for 3 days. You go to London to just go buy yourself clothes while we do not have water, when people are being killed within our streets, when we do not have electricity, when Eden Vale is a pothole hub of this city. We have billions that are missing day and night, but there is no one to date that has been held accountable. And all of these things are only an illustration of a broken city. But enough about the challenges. I've taken time throughout since the 20th of March. I've went to Tembisa, to Tokoza. I've went to Davidton, to Bedford View, taking all these issues. But there comes a time in life where we must have solutions, where we must stand and say enough is enough with all these challenges, that we are ready to bring a government that can turn things around for the people of Ekurhuleni. Fellow Democrats, today we stand here to say no more of potholes within our streets. We stand here to say no more about talking about decline. We stand here to say no more about excuses. We stand here talking about no more what is going wrong, but we are talking about solution. Because this is the end of all things that are going wrong in the city of Ekurhuleni. This is the beginning of a government that cares about the people. Today we launch our pledge to the people of Ekurhuleni, a contract between the future government and the people that it is meant to serve. We have went and done our research. We have spoken to communities. We have asked them in terms of the issues that they are experiencing. We have asked them in terms of what is it that they want us to prioritize the most. And today, fellow Democrats, I stand here proud to announce the DS5 pledge for the people of Ekurhuleni. And our first pledge is, we plan to grow the economy and create jobs for the people of this city. We will create a dynamic local government economy by providing reliable services. We will do this because we understand that whether you run a factory in Wadeville or a spaza shop called Tembisa, you need electricity to start your machine and keep your drinks cool so that your clients can buy. We will do this because we understand that even services such as zoning application and business licenses can contribute meaningfully if they are easy and efficient. So we are going to find and cut the red tape that is holding the businesses in Ekurhuleni back. Our goal is to make Ekurhuleni the easiest metro in South Africa to invest and to run business in. Because we believe that the greatest anti-poverty program, it is a job opportunity. That is a job that will give you a dignity as a father. It is a job that will make you be able to provide for your children as your mother. It is a job that will make you to stand proud as a young person of Ekurhuleni to say, my city have created opportunities for me, and now I can thrive and change my situation. Fellow Democrats, our pledge number 2 will be to stabilize the city's finances. Unless we can stabilize the finances of this city, we will not be able to achieve the great things that Ekurhuleni can do and must be done for the people of this city. We are going to ensure that the billing is accurate and that all the valuation roles that you have been experiencing, Jill, in Bedford View, are done in the most fair way and that the service is prioritized in the budget. But this alone will not be enough. Taxpayers must see that their money is being used or put into good use. And we will do this by ensuring that money is being spent properly. We will lead to increased investment in the city, and this will expand our revenue service base, and we will also ensure that we can expand the city's offering to the people of Ekurhuleni. We must also be innovative by leveraging the city's proximity to the busiest airport, which is the OR Tambo. Fellow Democrats, our third pledge, which is my favorite on these pledges, we need to crush corruption with everything that it is, because it is corruption that have stolen from us. It is corruption that have set us back. It is corruption that has made sure that you remain unemployed as Tebuho, as Ntabi saying, as Manuel from Davidton, got Tembisa. It is that corruption that have stolen opportunities from you. We will introduce a culture of accountability. Because how do you sit with 5 or 50% of your highest senior leaders in the city being suspended? Who's leading the city when they are in and out of court? The current environment in Ekurhuleni is one that lacks accountability. But as we stand here, we say enough is enough of protecting individuals. This environment has given officials the feeling that they are immune to the rule of law. And we are coming as the Democratic Alliance to say no one will be above the rule of law of our country. Fellow Democrats, we must deal with issues head on. I have been getting calls and people questioning me to say, how do I go to court? How do I go to open a criminal case against the most fierce individual? And I said there came a point in life where someone needed to put themselves up to say, I will do it for the 4.2 million residents of Ekurhuleni. When the DA is in government, we are going to ensure that we start by conducting lifestyle audit. We will conduct skills audits for all the senior managers, because we know that a former city manager that earns 3.1 million per annum could not have, nowhere in hell, afforded a 3.3 million trip for 3 days in London. We are going to strengthen consequences management. We are going to ensure that there is rapid disciplinary process and ensure that we fire individuals that are found to be on the wrong side of the law. We will look into department, especially the ones such as human settlement, that has kept almost over 280,000 residents that have been on the housing list waiting for an RDP opportunity at the back simply because they dared to steal monies from these projects. Fellow Democrats, we must address this backlog. We must face these individuals head on. We must prevent queuing and jumping through auditing the list and ensuring that there is a maximum degree of transparency as possible in the city of Ekurhuleni. Corrupt contractors will be blacklisted. This business of not finishing a project in Ekurhuleni and moving to City of Johannesburg or to KZN, knowing that comrades are going to sort you out, we're saying enough is enough. We will ensure that XET solution does not ever do business with any government institution, whether Kiko KwaZulu-Natal, Kiko Limpopo, Kiko Ekurhuleni. We will ensure that we blacklist them for every pain that they've made the people of Ekurhuleni experience. Because, fellow Democrats, public money belongs to the people. Public money belongs to the people. It does not belong to politicians or tenderpreneurs. Our fourth pledge will be to make Ekurhuleni safe. We are going to ensure that we expand and reform the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Department, turning it into a credible policing body unit that the public can trust. We understand that you are in a situation where you cannot trust it because currently it sits with almost 2 of its senior leaders in and out of court for one case and another. What do you expect the law enforcers on the ground to do when your HOD and your deputy HOD is suspended for corruption activities? We will ensure that we start by hiring good, honest EMPD officers and ensuring that they are vetted from the moment they are hired until they retire. We will keep them honest through the use of body cams. If you are found to be on the wrong side of the law, you would rather take that fine so that you can bring the revenue into the city than to give someone 50 rand a cold drink. We are going to help them to protect people by ensuring that they have enough vehicles, they have enough equipment, they have enough ammunition to ensure that they are able to face the criminal elements and activities that are taking place in our city. We understand that local knowledge is essential in knowing where local hotspots are. So we will ensure that we work with the neighboring Hood Watch and community policing forums to strengthen the arm of law in our city. We will also ensure that we work with the South African police services to make sure that we are armed and ready to be able to fight the criminals that are taking place within our communities. Fellow Democrats, the whole of society must be brought on board if we are going to fight corruption and any criminal issues within our city. I strongly believe that together we will fight for the resident to feel safe and for criminals to fear the law again. And our last pledge will be, we will deliver basics of service, because that is the role and responsibility of local government, to make sure that you have water, to ensure that you don't drive through potholes, to ensure that you have electricity, to ensure that we attract investment, to ensure that you are provided with the necessary needs as per the local government mandate. Fellow Democrats, we will start by setting up service delivery monitoring grid to identify why is Unveils a pothole hub in our city and nothing has been taking place. Why does Captain Park and Benoni almost every month run out of electricity and nothing is being done? We will reinvest resident money directly into the services they are paying for. This is money that is paid so that there could be water in your community. This is money that is paid so that there can be electricity. This is money that is paid so that electricity infrastructure could be maintained and ensure that we live in a safe city. We will prioritize infrastructure maintenance. We will also ensure that we repair water infrastructure so that the residents of Bedford View don't go for months without water. We will restore street lights. We will improve the refuse collection. We'll also ensure that we are introducing measurable service standards that we as residents can be proud of. But one thing that is mostly important, that for the longest time the city have neglected, is to hold officials accountable. We will hold officials accountable. It doesn't matter how you got into that job, you will be held accountable. It doesn't matter you're a cousin of the mayor, you will be held accountable. Because government exists to deliver service. Nothing more and nothing less. And fellow Democrats, I want you to imagine Ekurhuleni 5 years from now, a city that you can all be proud of. I want you to imagine a city where corruption is punished and not rewarded. I want you to imagine a city where residents trust government again. I want you to imagine a city where water flows through your taps and not through the streets. I want you to imagine a city of Ekurhuleni where families feel safe. It can be done. It can be done. I want you to imagine an Ekurhuleni where projects are completed within time and within budget. I want you to imagine a government that serves its people instead of the connected few. But it will not happen by accident. It will happen because the people of Ekurhuleni chose change. It will happen because this election, as it stands, it is a two-horse race. The next election of Ekurhuleni will either be led by the DA-led government or it can be led by the continuous ANC government. There is no middle ground in this. There is no shortcut in this. As you know, there has not been a protest vote that will fix the city. You would have seen small parties coming through. You would have experienced how desperate they are for MMC position, speaker position, instead of saving you. Fellow Democrats, small parties have contributed for government in the past years. But instead, they too often are contributing to the instability that we have in Ekurhuleni. They are contributing to the coalition of chaos that we have in Ekurhuleni. They are contributing to the political bargaining that is taking place. So Ekurhuleni cannot afford another 5 years of being led by the ANC and the EFF-led government. The city of Ekurhuleni needs a party that is serious about governing, one with a plan, one with the courage to face those that we are told that we must be afraid of, one that will put the resident of Ekurhuleni first. So fellow residents, in more than 146 days from now, we have an opportunity to change the current situation. We have an opportunity to make history like the youth of 1976. We have an opportunity to ensure that we send them packing from the corruption that they've been doing in Ekurhuleni. In exactly 147 days, we can restore the dignity that our community so desperately need. In exactly 146 days, we can create jobs for the young and old of our city. In exactly 146 days, we can build a safer city. In exactly 146 days, we can get the city of Ekurhuleni working again. The plans are here. The vision is here. The grit is here. The force is here. We can get the city of Ekurhuleni working. Now, I want to take this opportunity because we cannot do it if you are not registered. I want to take this opportunity and urge you to please register to vote. But don't just only do it for you. I want you to bring your family. I want you to bring your friends. I want you to bring your neighbors. I want you to bring your side chicks. I want you to bring your colleagues.
Asambe Khathu man.
Democrats, we have an opportunity to take ownership of our future. We have an opportunity to take ownership of the future of our city. We can get the city of Ekurhuleni working, but it needs each one of us to hold hands and ensure that we knock in all the streets and remind people to register to vote so that the city of Ekurhuleni can be led by leaders that have the best interest to serve the citizen and not politicians that are invested to corrupt or to corruption. And I want us to do this because I want when the future generation look back at this moment and say that this was the day the people of Ekurhuleni stood up and say enough is enough. I want us to do this because I want you to remember that this was the day you refused to accept decline as your normality and your reality. I want you to do this because I want you to remember this day as the day where you choose dignity over living in informal settlements. This is the day I want you to remember that this is the decision we took to be able to ensure that we can confront all the 50% of the HODs that are accused of one thing and the other because vadzulapo va Ekurhuleni, vadzulapo va Africa Chipembe, the youth of 1976 did it before us, and when they did it, they taught us a strength that it can be done. I know that it is different from the challenge that we face today. They fought about an apartheid government, but we are going to fight against unemployment. Hey! We are going to fight against crime. We are going to fight about the killings that take place within our community. We only need to go tap into the strength of the youth of 1976. We cannot normalize what is happening as our true reflection. And as Ndiko Utsa, Ndiko Rikabadzulapo va Ekurhuleni, from Tembisa to Thokoza, we have a plan. We can get the city of Ekurhuleni.
Ayaya Khathu, ayaya. Ayaya. Khathu. Viva Khathu, viva. Viva. Ajma.
Amagide
Our first ever election campaign poster for November 2026 local government elections.
There's nothing as disappointing as you wanting to make a change or waking up and saying, I want to make a change, but only to find out that you are not registered or you are registered in the wrong place.
Because if you're not registered, you can't vote, and you can only vote at the voting station where you are registered.
Even if you don't know who to vote for yet, buy yourself the option by registering to vote. Decide to be part of the group that decides what the future of our city should be.
But today we stand here excited and full of hope because we have an opportunity where we can register and ensure that we vote for a government that will get our city working for its people.
The choice is going to be very, very clear. You're going to have some of the same, where you have a failed government in place, or you're going to put a new government in place led by the Democratic Alliance. And we are asking you to come out in your numbers and register to vote and vote for the Democratic Alliance on the 4th of November.
So make sure that you are registered by going to check.da.org.za. Registration weekend is coming up on the 20th and the 21st of June, but you don't have to wait for that. You can register right now in the comfort of your own home. Remember, go to check.da.org.za
and come and vote for a new government on the 4th of November. Kyk wat doen 'n blyse.
Thanks for watching. Join the mission to rescue South Africa. Like and follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. Join the DA, because the DA gets things done.